speaking as a completely objective third-party outsider with absolutely no personal interest in the matter.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tiana, and for those of you who have been here before, welcome back, and for those of you who have not been here yet, this is a YouTube channel dedicated to anti-MLM content and sometimes some unethical business practices. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a video. And if you'd like to follow me on socials, you can follow me here. Now, today's video, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, the anti-MLM drama that has been going on. I have, for the most part, kept a tight lip on Instagram. I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't say something in the height of what is going on because honestly, I have some opinions, you guys, and
are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
I'm gonna tell them. And if you guys are here for the tea because you are trying to understand what is going on, you can stay here because I'm going to do my best to explain it, and I am not shy to use names. There are a lot of people that are confused and upset and are looking for answers, so hopefully you have come to a place in which I can provide you with those answers. So obviously, you guys, this is 100% from my perspective, how I saw things go down, what I have gathered from the situation, and I am going to do my best to lay it all out for you here today. So this timeline of events is going to start off from after I had released my video in which I discussed Kimber and her video about the voluntary compliance with Monat, which is now taken down.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
And the MLM police and the potential intimidation tactics of Monat, and you can watch that video here. Now, following this situation, Kimber claimed that she was going to make a video in response to the situation that had happened with Monat. She had posted her Instagram in which she, said, hi, Monat and market partners, and gave us this spiel about scientific evidence, and then claimed to be working on a song where she was like mixing it together, and she was offended that they had called her that woman, and this was like I feel like the peak of the Monat situation. At some point following this, she speaks to Stuart McMillan, the CEO and the president of Monat. We do not know what their discussion was about. You guys, I do not think she was paid off. I think that rumor needs to die.
Yo, I'm like laying in bed about to go to fucking sleep, and I just have to say, nobody got paid off by Monat. Stop spreading this dumb shit. It's drama. It is not true. It's so... I can't even believe I have to say this. Guys. Seriously? Seriously. That's what we're all focusing on right now? That's what we're all thinking? That's the big conspiracy right now? Are you serious? If you really truly think that Monat came out and offered someone a sum of money to change their content, I don't know what to tell you. Seriously? Seriously? Oh my God. This is out of control. This is absolutely childish, destructive slander. Like, it's not true, and it's so stupid.
What I do think happened is that there was threat of legal pursuit or something to that degree. And I do know that following that debacle, Amanda MC had actually posted a get ready with me breakdown of the directors meeting, and Kimber actually reached out to Amanda and advised that she take that video down because it could be seen as bullying and she could face legal repercussions. And this was apparently advised to Kimber from her lawyer, and Kimber advised Amanda to take it down. Amanda opted to leave that video up. Moving forward, Kimber kind of falls off about this topic and kind of goes silent, and that's when this talk happens of potentially somebody within an MLM using footage of her daughter Shyla in which they had paid to watch the Monations, and there was a video of them replicating what a lot of these market partners were doing with these boxes, like dancing around. So there was, you know, a little parody video of her and Shyla dancing around with the thing, and somebody threatened within an MLM, threatened to plaster her face up and say that she was bullying other people, and that they were bullies, essentially. And I think that a lot of this wave, this thing of what's going on is a lot of Kimber's emotional reaction to the situation that had happened. And I could be wrong. This is my personal analysis of the drama. Hey. So at this point, yes, somebody is threatening to post pictures of, or post the video of Shyla, call her a bully, talk about Kimber and her family, which I completely understand her frustration. She was upset, and she, at this point, I don't know when this happened, but at this point, she's starting to say that she's going to distance herself from AntiMLM, and she had also started to say some things that were questionable prior to this as well. I don't know if anybody remembers or if anybody did follow, did, whatever, follows Kimber, but she went on this really, really, really huge tirade about Jaclyn Hill and how she was just sick of it because nobody lets Jaclyn Hill live her life, and can't she just use her Young Living oils and whatever. And it was just kind of like, okay, bro, but like Jaclyn Hill has 6 million followers and she's using Young Living and she's posting them to her followers. Even if she doesn't sell them, it's still controversial. So at this point, we're kind of seeing that there are some faults in Kimber's belief that don't really align with the mentality that it's not about the product, it is about dismantling a system that takes advantage of people. And I think that as time moved on, we started to see that those were not her intentions when it came to starting her channel, which again is fine, but it was not about being anti-MLM. She will consistently say that her channel was never, ever, ever, ever started to be an anti-MLM channel. She started making her videos to help women, and when she noticed that her MLM videos kind of caught an uptick and she was getting referred from Kiki Chanel and Emily Leah videos, she kind of started to model her videos after them.
So you can see this video right here. This what is an MLM? This is how you read analytics. It says what is an MLM? I guess it's better up here. And you see how it says traffic source? I don't know if you can see my mouse. But see how it says traffic source? That means that that video was getting suggested off of this video from Kiki Chanel. And it says top MLM fails, anti-MLM number 7. So why do you think I started titling my video in all caps and using anti-MLM in the title? Why do you think I wanted to start doing videos like this? Because that means if I'm more like things that are successful, meaning like things that are popping off, I'm going to have a better chance of, get out of here, fly. I'm going to have a better chance of making more money, getting my name out there, and that's my job. So it's like, I don't know. I just wanted to show you that because that's what I meant by, this is my truth. This is what really happens in this business. It's like, I didn't really want to do reaction videos. There's another one too. Let me slide in Emily Leah for a minute. So the other one I was getting suggested off of was Pyramid Scheme, MLM Boss Babe Explains Pyramid Schemes, Anti-MLM.
She's starting to say that her content is not the content that she had wanted to create. That reaction videos was not where she wanted to go, and a lot of this was over Instagram, like over stories. It's just being like she wanted to be like Illuminati. This wasn't what she had signed up for. She got carried up in a wave like of things, and she wanted to distance herself from anti-MLM, all of these things. And I think a lot of people started to get really confused as well who followed her, and they're like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, you're not anti-MLM? Like, I'm confused. So at this point, she claims too that she will not be doing lives anymore, that her channel is going to take a different turn, that she's been working with somebody, and that hopping on lives is not what is going to be best for her channel growth, that she's going to be doing more edited videos and deep dives, which I don't think anybody had a problem with. I literally don't think anybody had a problem with that. But preceding that, she followed up this saga with 2 lives. And the first live was I'm not anti-MLM anymore, in which she basically tried to clear the air of people saying that she wasn't anti-MLM anymore. And this is where she kind of really gets into her stating that she's never really aligned with the beliefs of the anti-MLM community.
I lost my ability to be myself because I don't have the same views as the anti-MLM community. I just don't. And I've said this so many times and it's annoying as shit, and I'm sick of hearing myself say it. I'm sick of explaining it. I've never ever wanted to be part of an anti-anything. I'm not an anti. I went to school to be a lawyer. It is about being impartial. You know, Lady Justice has a blindfold for a reason. It's to strip you of your biases. It's to strip you of your discriminative mentalities and presuppositions and all these things, these judgments.
She really started this again because she noticed this uptick in her content. She saw the niche, but at the end of the day, like I said, her goal had nothing to do with dismantling MLMs or saving people from a system that takes advantage of them systematically. Her goal, like she said, was to educate women, which again is fine. She wants to help women build a business. It wasn't about taking down MLMs. She just said that she felt like she was smart and she saw a niche, and so she took it, which again, that's fine. But I feel like it was also like backhandedly insulted to someone, I think, like me, who I started this channel. You guys, yes, did I start this channel because I would love to be a YouTuber, do this full time and make money and whatever? Yes, 100%. But do I feel like I feel like I deserve to get paid because I am providing inherent value to you guys? I'm not just getting on a 2-hour live and chatting shit, you know? Like, I'm spending a lot of time doing a lot of research so that people are educated about, like, real serious things that can affect them, and not just, say, a marketing tactic that a market partner is using or a distributor is using, but physical laws and things that have gone into place that will affect people, and physical, you know, things that, like, groups that are lobbying to, you know, like, disadvantage people even more. I don't know, whatever it is. Like, there are other people who have started their channels, you guys. Like, it was, I don't know, it was just like, oh, well, all you creators started it for money.
It's not any YouTuber that tells you that they're doing this for fun and they're so passionate. Bullshit. Because let me tell you, when your money starts going down and like you're getting copyright strikes and fucking parents are coming at you and giving you privacy claims on your videos and you're losing your privileges on YouTube that you've worked 10 years to get to, no. You're not going to just be like, you know what? I'm going to work for free.
And there was this talk about, ooh, like, yeah, ride the wave. Like, good for you for riding this wave of anti-MLM content because you noticed.
I'm saying this was, you know, there's been a lot of people who have ridden the wave. I'm not hating you. I like what you're doing. You are a business woman. If you came on and said, dude, other girls are doing this, I can do this shit, let's go.
And, like, there's starting to you start to notice, and I noticed it among all of the quite large anti-MLM creators, is that there is this gatekeeping that they partake in. That if you are accepted by them, you make acceptable anti-MLM content, like you're in. And if you aren't accepted by them, then your content isn't deemed, you know, like, you're not into the anti-MLM clique, like, ooh, you're just riding the wave, or you're just another one of those people, when in reality it's like, all of these people are providing a voice to a cause because there is passion behind it. And I don't know, it was belittling to, I think, the people that genuinely do what they do because they're really passionate about helping people not join an MLM, and also dismantling MLMs, like just like genuinely dismantling the system of itself. And that's not her goal. And that's, again, fine if that's not her goal, but to me, as an anti-MLM creator, like, that's my goal, is that, like, we're working to hopefully make changes that will keep people from being taken advantage of, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know, like, I've had these discussions and these talks about, like, how can we take political action? How can we get some petitions going? Like, what can we do in that sense? And there was another thing too that Kimber specifically said, is she's like, you know, I'm not a political activist. I'm not a political activist. I am a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a role model, all of these things. She doesn't want to be an activist, you guys. She doesn't want to have this role. So that all of these things are fine. Where I had a problem with this was the way in which she departed this community, and we'll get to Emily as well and the way in which she left. But I think to start saying, I want to be like Illuminati, I want to make my videos like her, and I want to do more deep dives, and I want to be more educational.
Illuminati is why I basically started my channel. I mean, not my channel, sorry. Not my channel. The MLM stuff. Like, I was super interested in sort of investigating scams and stuff like that.
All of that stuff, I don't think anybody was saying that she couldn't. And, you know, when she's talking about feeling the pressure from doing reaction videos, she's talking specifically about her analytics, her YouTube analytics, where her reaction videos do better. So she's saying, oh, well, when I post, if I just want to post about, you know, me doing, I don't know, something random, do you think it's going to get as many views as a reaction video? Well, no, because that's the channel content. But, like, if you don't want to make this content anymore, either start a new channel, okay? Say, I'm starting a second channel. You can follow me here for this type of content, because I've seen plenty of creators do that, because, you know, like Angelica, she is one of my favorites. She has a drama channel. She does not post her makeup shit to her drama channel. She says, I have a second channel. If you want to follow me on there for this kind of stuff, follow me on there. She got that many subs, like that. Like, it's just, Kimber claimed that she has all of this experience changing channels.
You have an authority in something. Can you change? Yes. I have done it so many times. Ask me. You want to start a YouTube channel? Join my VIP group. This is not to sell you. It's the truth. That is what I'm here for. How to start a business, inspire you to be your own boss, moved here with nothing. That's my story.
If you have experience changing channels, then just change your channel. I don't know. It was just really rude, I feel like, the way in which she departed, but we'll continue on as to why I feel that way. So, yes, this first video, I'm not anti-MLM anymore. Really, she states that she does not align with the beliefs of anti-MLM people. That wasn't the goal of her channel at the end of the day. She wants to change her content. That's fine. All of that is fine. Now, I think at this point in time, there is this swirl of drama within the anti-MLM community. I think there is this sense from a lot of creators that they need to not make reaction videos, because reaction videos can be seen as being a bully. They want to take a step back, and they want to start making, I guess, more educational content. So we saw creators like Deanna say that she's going to be making a change and doing more lifestyle content and more educational things. And then following that, you know, she started to come out with some more educational things that, you know, how to report something to the FTC. Margaret comes out and says, you know, she doesn't want to just do anti-MLM anymore. She wants to talk about other things. She starts making videos about things like cuties, and fine. That's all good and dandy. Great. You know, I think even we think about like Madison Harnish. I don't think she made some huge announcement that she wasn't going to be doing a specific one thing. I think she started doing content, and I noticed that she started getting requests from people in the comments, and she'd say, hey, I'd love to look into that, and she just started looking into shit and just expanded. And so I feel like nobody ever said like you couldn't change, you couldn't do something new. I think the person that made it out to be that was the person who was telling themselves that, like I don't know, like it was just this, it's like this false reality that was made up about like not being able to change. I don't know, because then it was like this second live happened where people were just confused. People were just confused because there was it's like you build an entire community around a topic and then you start to gaslight that community. People are just confused. So the next video, I think it was even to prove a point. I don't know. I feel like it was to prove a point. She's like, you guys wanted reaction videos. I'm giving you a reaction video. Kimber gets on a second live and does a reaction video of a girl that left Monet. And you guys, this live is completely derailed. Like completely derailed. She is, like, anybody that asks, like, I'm confused, what's going on, I don't know, she just starts telling people that she doesn't really give a fuck, to get off her channel, to leave, like, she doesn't want subs like that if they can't understand. Like, it was ruthless, you guys. Like, I was watching this shit like, what? Like, get it together, you're gonna lose so many fans. It was just like, bro. And I saw it. People were not pleased. People felt like they were being attacked. They were literally being attacked. And I personally felt like I was being attacked. And, you know, there was, I think it was even Kimber's first video before she did the get the fuck off my channel, everybody leave, blah, 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 we don't want you here. It was like, there was this discussion about how if we join an MLM, that's our bad. We should have known better. And she equated this to purchasing a $25 lace front wig off of Amazon and how she should have known better and done more research, and that's on her. And basically in a roundabout way to say that if you join an MLM, she said, you're not a victim. And this victim stuff, this victimhood thing, like, she's not really here for it. And if we disagree, cool. But I am here to say I fucking disagree. Like, I just disagree to the level in which people are financially burdened, mentally, emotionally burdened. You guys, I paid $5 fucking during that live chat to send in a comment because it was her members only. I spent $5 fucking to tell her, after she said you're not a victim if you were whatever, roped into an MLM, to tell her that I was mentally and emotionally manipulated when my grandfather had cancer and dementia. And I actually ended up breaking down in tears to my roommate that night because I was so upset, because it's just it was incredibly belittling, because on top of that, she said that some of the MLM horror stories that she's heard aren't really MLM horror stories, and your fans divulge that stuff to you in secrecy, and you give people a voice. These anti-MLM channels, and I think that they forget, like, and especially a channel like Kimber's, or like somebody who shares these anybody who shares these MLM horror stories. You guys, I don't do MLM horror stories on my channel. Maybe I will if you guys like want to share some and you would like me to give you a voice. But I don't do MLM horror stories on my channel. But she basically said, you guys, if you guys heard some of the MLM horror stories, like, they're not really horror stories. And it was just like, that is somebody's experience though. And it was just really demeaning and belittling, and to equate, you know, I don't know, like, to me, to equate my experience, my 8 months in which I feel like I was taken advantage of to the max, like beyond manipulated to the max, how you can compare my experience to Kimber being stupid and buying a $25 lace front wig because she loves wigs so much and she should have been smarter than that. And that to me, like, I was like, yeah, this is where I no longer am on board. I just wasn't on board anymore after that. And yeah, so moving forward, all of this stuff is happening, and after she basically tells everybody to get the fuck off her page, it's like there's simultaneously like old drama and new drama, I think, like kind of merging together. So at this point in time, I think that Kimber, Savannah Marie, and like Emily Leah, they had never been especially close, never really collabed. There might have been some drama behind the scenes, but I do know, I don't know if it was a jab or not, but there was like Kimber said she wanted to make educational content, and she referenced Emily Leah's content as being educational.
But it's just as bad to search them out and say negative things on their posts that they're using to promote what they believe in. Just like you believe in yours and they believe in theirs, I don't think it's right. Two wrongs don't make a right. If you put information out there like I'm doing, hopefully the people who are seeking out the information are going to be educated. That is the way that I think going about this is more ethical, because I think it's also unethical to hate on them or try to argue with them on their posts. I've gotten sucked into those threads, and I'm not there to hate.
And I don't know if it was sarcastic. I literally couldn't tell. And there was a time in the past when Emily Leah had said that she basically dragged Savannah Marie in the middle of a video where she was just like, I don't like loud people, I don't like people that cuss and whatever. And I guess Savannah knew that was her. So it kind of like skerfuffled this stuff. And I think what even skerfuffled some more of this thing was that in the midst of all this Monat stuff, so this Monat stuff comes out, and the talk about Monat is hot. And Small AntiMLM Angel, for those of you who don't know, and Emily Leah are very, very good friends. They would always talk about how they are very good friends. Now, I don't know if that's still the case. That's none of our business. But I would always talk, Emily would always mention how she is good friends with Small AntiMLM Angel, and they talk all the time. And Small AntiMLM Angel, like her main goal, like she has a goal and it's very clear. She is here to be anti-MLM, to take down these MLMs. She wants to educate and she wants to inform, and she wants for people to see those moments in which they've been taken advantage of. And I think she's got an amazing Instagram and she does good work. There was this post in which essentially Small AntiMLM Angel posts a thing about Stuart McMillan of Monat. And somebody comments on there like, hey, can we keep the heat on Monat, not on Stuart McMillan and his old company? It was a post about his old company. And, I get their point. I totally get their point. Like, the heat is on Monat. Why are we going to talk about an old company? But it's also like, okay, but we're talking about Stuart and we want to, express like to people that this is his past. So I don't know, I get both sides, but I think what I don't get and what I didn't like is that Savannah Marie and somebody else got into these DMs and just started attacking. Like, to me, I found it to be pretty attacking. I don't know. They didn't see it as being rude. They saw it as like fine, but it was like, don't be a Karen. Do you want a gold star, like, for policing people's content? And it was just kind of like, whoa, bro. Like, so yeah, old drama. Emily Leah makes this video about Savannah Marie. Savannah Marie then I think feels obligated to respond to this drama, because there is all this talk about, oh, drama, anti-MLM drama, people are bullies, all of these creators are changing their content, they want to do different things, like even I came out with my video, which I didn't really even talk about anything, but it was like there was this talk about, you guys are all bullies, you guys are all rude, and it was just like, wait, what? Like, I don't know, it's like the people that you feel like gave you a voice are now turning around and scolding you for believing what you believe. Like, I don't want to be anti-anything, it's a cult. Anti-this is so negative, I didn't sign on to be negative this or negative that, and it's like, okay, great, bye. But it like, the way that it was consistently turned into, now we have to think. Kimber didn't sign up to to make us think like her. She just is here to make us think. But like the thinking is now we have to all of a sudden be anti-MLM because we want to stay anti-MLM. We're not thinking, we're not open. It's kind of like, that's insulting. Goodbye. Like if you don't want to be anti-MLM, goodbye. Like just goodbye. Like that's the end of it. But the only person that made it a problem to be it a problem was the person who was saying it was a problem for it to be a problem. Like, you guys, like, it's just nonsense is what it is. So it's just like following this, it's like, you know, Kimber has her 2 videos. She says she wants to be like Illuminati, in which she does not do anything remotely close to like what Illuminati does. And you've got Savannah Marie and Margaret coming to Kimber's, you know, saving grace.
Why can't people just change their content when they want to? Why? Why is it such a big deal? I understand the frustration. I understand why people feel lied to or whatever. Like, guys, YouTubers are people too. They are. And this drama that is so fucking out of control right now, is the reason why people are leaving and not wanting to talk about this shit anymore, because they want to get away from this shit. Like, who wants to be part of this? I sure don't. I sure as shit don't. I'm gonna keep making anti-MLM content because I care about it and because it's information that I want to get out there, just like I always have, but it's not for everybody. And people should not be subject to this kind of... I'm like at a loss for words at how insane this is. Like, I cannot believe that people are posting this and spreading it and believing it. No one got paid off by Monet. No one got paid off by anybody. Let creators create what they want. And if you don't like it, then fine. Fine. But can we let people live, please? Can we let people do their own thing? Ugh, it's like midnight. No, it's not midnight. But it's late. I don't have time for this shit. I'm going to bed.
To be like, let people be who they want to be. You know, there's no humanity anymore. You guys are terrible people. Because I guess now the fans are fucking upset and they're clapping back. And Kimber's telling people that if we got messages like her, we'd puke on ourselves and cry in a corner, dude. Like, just put the phone down. I don't, like, literally what's with all the stories? It's so weird, you guys. Like, if all of these stories didn't just keep going up, and like, you guys, when I say like and then the drama, it's not even that serious. So like, as we continue on, we find out, bro, Kimber is the most upset because somebody took a screenshot from after she's saying she's not going to be anti-MLM anymore. She called anti-MLM a cult. Somebody screenshotted that and posted it in Monica Ciambietta's Facebook group. You guys, that shit was up for literally 30 seconds. It was deleted so fast. But you know what? Kimber started going around and saying that it was a group made to bash content creators. Wrong. Literally wrong. That's not what that group is about. That's not what that group does. Sorry you're not in it. Like, people talk about things like, to me, it's just another Facebook group in which we discuss anti-MLM things. And what Kimber was saying was pretty alarming. And if it was from your private Discord, like, okay, I totally understand being upset that a screenshot was taken from a private Discord and then posted in another Facebook group because it was breaking the contract and the rules of the Discord. But that's about the extent of it. I think it was blown so far out of proportion, you guys. It was made to be like it was this private group out to bash content creators. And that is just not it. Like, Monica deleted it so fast. Like, like, I watched it in real time. I was like, oh yeah, I agree with that girl. It is really weird that Kimber is talking like that. And then Monica deletes it, and then Monica posts a thing that says, like, this group is just not here to talk about creators that aren't in this group, that can't defend themselves. There are a lot of creators in that group. We all kind of post and share our videos. It's a place where you don't really feel like you're gonna, like, that, like, you don't feel bad for, like, spamming your content there, because, like, there's so many creators that share, like, smaller creators that share their content within that group. So to me, I didn't really see it as like, whoa, we're all here to talk shit about somebody. It was just like, like, it was just kind of alarming, like, when you're anti-MLM and all of a sudden you kind of start singing a different tune, and we start saying, let Avon reps be Avon reps, let Arbonne reps be Arbonne reps if Arbonne reps want to be Arbonne reps, and as long as they know that they're not going to become rich, then it's totally fine. It's like, you're just kind of like, what? That's not how it goes, like, it's not how this thing goes, but, like, and that's fine if that's not how it goes for her, but, like, when you're anti-MLM, you just don't support these systems. You just don't support these systems that are predatory and that take advantage of people, and, like, people, like, reach, like, financial reckoning, divorces happen, relationships broken, like, you just don't support them. You just don't support them. You just don't support them. So, like, that's really all it is. But, like, now we're, like, being made to feel like we have to support them, and if we don't support them, we're not being open-minded. And it was like, okay, like, sure. So there was, like, a lot of gaslighting of the fans for being like, you guys don't understand, can a content creator just switch up their content? Like, why does it have to be like this? And it's like, it doesn't. It literally doesn't have to be like this. The only person that made it like this was Kimber. I'm sorry. The only person that made it as bad as it got to be, I fully believe was Kimber. Now, I think that Emily Leah posting her video was, like, the dagger in all of them, like, because she dragged everybody down even one step further with them. When Emily Leah posted her video, so this is, after Savannah posts her Get Ready With Me, now there's just kind of, like, this little stir, like, ooh, what's going on? There's some drama, Emily gets up and posts her "I'm not anti-MLM anymore" video, and you guys, I'm sorry, like, that was that was not good. That was not good. Not good.
Don't take this personally, but
Oh, please.
no, I mean it. You're one of the worst singers I've ever heard in my life.
That was just all bad news bears, guys. I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking. Like, I don't know what she was thinking. You can absolutely not create an entire fan base around anti-MLM, come back around and be like, well, MLMs aren't that bad, and I'm a boss babe, and you guys should check into my podcast. Like, no. You literally went and took a giant poo-poo on the fan base that you support, like, that you created, and then you gaslit them. That's what both of these creators did. They gaslit their entire fan base and then said, you guys don't support me changing, No, nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said that. And I'm sorry if there were people saying that you couldn't do anti-MLM anymore, because I don't remember seeing anybody saying that. I remember seeing everybody saying, nobody said you couldn't not do that. But what we don't like is being told that our ideas are shit now just because you had a change of heart. Like, that's the problem that people have. And I don't know if they see that or not. And to start a business podcast, to divulge that you've got no real business experience, and then to be like, now tune into my business podcast, it's not going to go well. I'm sorry. I mean, like, let's not knock it before it comes out. Like, I'd love for her to have a successful business podcast, but I just don't know about that or where I see that going, but whatever. Yeah, so I think Emily Leah's video was just, it was the final dagger, I think, in the situation, because she didn't just announce anti-MLM, her channel, and step back, but she said it was, she cried, referred us to Kimber's video in which she called her Kim, which also didn't feel really genuine, because I don't know her very well, but I have gathered that she goes by Kimber, and most people know her as Kimber on the internet. So when she said Kim, I know that there are people who are like, who's Kim? And she also said she was going to link her video below, and she did not link her video below.
I was scrolling on YouTube, and I very rarely do this. I normally just stick to my subscription box, and I was scrolling and I came across Kim's video, and I will link hers down below. It's 2 hours, but I copy and paste everything she said to this video, so I really recommend you guys go watch her video. about not being anti-MLM anymore, because that was like the moment I watched it and I was just like, yep. And that's kind of what this video is. So shout out to Kim. I haven't talked to you in a really long time, but you worded everything beautifully, and I really recommend you guys go watch her video.
And the backlash for this was no good. The dislikes were up the yin yang. Her social blade showed a ridiculous drop in subscribers, and it just wasn't good. And I think that situation, and then her referencing Kimber, and then also at the same time Kimber going on this Instagram tirade, these live tirades, while simultaneously you have people like Savannah Marie, Margaret, even Deanna, which I don't think, like, I think Savannah, Margaret, and Deanna, they're still very much anti-MLM. I don't think their stance has changed. I think what they are wanting to do is be a supportive friend when somebody within the anti-MLM community is dying to get out and have a change of heart and a change of content.
Now my name is getting dragged through the fucking dirt. And here's what I have to say. I do not believe that certain people in this community went about leaving the community the right way. Like, I would not have handled it my way, or that way. I would have not said the things that they said. And you know what? I don't agree with either of those people on a lot of things. Kimber very obviously has spoken very openly about how me and her have had multiple discussions where we do not agree on things. But we're still friends, you know what I mean? That aside, no, I'm not defending her action, because quite honestly, I don't agree with a lot of things she said. And I think she knows that. Like, me and her have disagreed on a lot of things. I still love her as a person, and especially as a creator. I am sympathizing with her because this sucks. This fucking sucks. Getting the comments that are like, oh my god, you guys all brought this on yourself. Are you serious? Like, what? Okay, let me tell you my story. I shouldn't even have to say this. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious. But the only reason I spoke out is because clearly the stuff that's kind of like out in the open now was going on behind the scenes. And I'm like, this needs to stop. Well, yeah, it's only gotten worse. I mean, call me naive. We're all just like getting messages of people like, I'm so disappointed in you guys. And I'm like, excuse me for speaking up and like being the one to be like, hey, well, I'm not the one. I mean, there were people talking about it before me, but when I made my video, like, I had some specific examples, I guess. And I just wanted it to stop, dude. Like, if I wanted to drag people, if I wanted to cancel anybody, I would have pulled fucking Tati and put people's names out there. That's not what I'm trying to do. But the point I'm trying to make is that, no, I do not believe that the two people who left this community, I don't agree with them. I don't agree with the things they said. I don't agree, you know, people are saying they feel gaslighted and all that stuff. Fine, you're completely entitled to feel that way. But we're losing the humanity here.
It is unfortunate because they're getting roped into it, and I think that that's how they're kind of getting roped into this whole thing, is because of their outcry of support for Kimber, while also like Emily Leah kind of dragged them back in, and then Kimber got up and straight up cried about how proud she was of Emily Leah for taking a step back from anti-MLM. So, you know, as a fan, you're kind of left to wonder, like, literally what the heck is going on. Like, you've got your probably the two of the largest and two of, I guess, people's favorite anti-MLM creators all of a sudden denouncing anti-MLM, saying they're going to change up their content, not just doing it like, but like doing it and making us all feel like shit in the process. And I don't know if they realize that, you guys. I don't think they realize that. I think they think that, no, what I do know is that they think that they've been made to feel like shit for making this decision, but I think that they don't realize that they made their fans feel like shit first, and it's a backlash from their fans. and then they're gonna be like, you guys are all nasty bullies, I can't even believe da 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 da. And it's just like, fans are not nice. Like, fans are not, I don't know who told anybody that everybody is not nice on YouTube. Like, I don't know, like, it's just like, people are mean. People are mean. People are mean. But you know what, at the end of the day, like, I don't know what to tell anybody. Like, I don't know the comments that they're getting. I don't know the things that you know, whatever she said, you know, Armchair Detective, after Kimber did a live with Armchair Detective the other day, she was like, he gets death threats. He gets death threats for doing what he does. Anthony Fauci gets death threats for doing what he does. I'm sure Jake Paul gets death threats. I'm sure Tana gets death threats. I'm sure people, when you put your face in the limelight like that, I think you are asking for commentary. You're asking for people to give you feedback. And so, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to be like, getting hate comments is good or like natural or like a part of like the natural cycle of doing. I don't think that that's like, I don't want that to be my point. I want the key takeaway to be that, like, I don't think they understood how they made their fans feel. And so when their fans kind of created this backlash, they flipped it back on them. I don't know. It was just a lot of gaslighting to me. Like, I feel like it was, but, so Emily disables all the comments in her YouTube. She disables all the comments on her Instagram even, and it started with just disabling the comments on her most recent post. Until then it went to disabling comments on every Instagram post. And yeah, it's sad. It's sad, you know. I think Emily's young, and I think she's just, I don't know, my personal opinion about Emily's content, and I guess even the reason why I started my channel, you guys, I thought it was dry. I thought that there wasn't a lot of substance to it. I felt like there wasn't a lot of substance to be quite honest, like any of the anti-MLM creators, like content. Like, not to say there was no substance, but I feel like it was all surface level discussion, and we weren't really getting to the root of the issue. And so, I don't know, like little things, like when they were talking about the emerging founders pool with Monet, they weren't explaining it right, and I made a video in which I feel like I really like explained it like pretty well. And just other little things, or like governmental laws and things like that. I've got a few videos that really talk about laws that are in place and how we got here and why we got here, FTC rules and regulations, and I feel like they were really missing the mark on some of those things. And in retrospect, and in the way that they talk about why they started their channels, you can understand why. Because that wasn't their goal. Their goal was never to dismantle these systems. Their goal was to ride the wave in this type of content because they made a lot of money, and now they feel like they're over it, and maybe they're dry for content, or they don't want to do it anymore, or they looked back on their channel and they feel like they're not happy with the content they created any longer. And I don't know, it's just like you can tell that's why their channel was started, because there's no passion to keep it going. That's really, like, I think what is at the core of it. You know, there is no end goal in sight. It was just kind of like, keep making these videos that don't have any substance. At least that's my thought and my opinion about it. So yeah, I know that Emily was like, oh, we don't need any of those anti-MLMers try, and Savannah's like, Savannah does anti-MLMers tries or whatever, and she's like, well, you know, whatever. I think like this is where like this like irritation of like people policing people's content came from, and I don't know, maybe this is all speculation. Yeah, I think that following that, you know, it was just kind of like, there was this huge backlash, and I think the Reddit kind of pushed things like to the next level, where people are like, okay, well, did you see Emily Leah's video? Now she's not anti-MLM anymore. And people are just upset in the comments. There's a lot of people linking Margaret, linking Savannah. I don't think anybody, Deanna is just kind of off, but linking the two of them, being like, oh, well, are they like this now? They're supporting her. They're all friends or whatever. And it's just like, you guys, I just think that they just want to be supportive and say, like, let her make her own content. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest takeaway is just that I think that the way that these creators went about announcing their departure was done all wrong. And if they wanted to make new content, make new content. I don't think anybody was stopping them from making new content, and I'm sorry that they felt that way. I know that Kimber discussed the way that she views her analytics, and even I don't view my analytics the same way. I don't think about my data the same way, and so it just goes to show that we do have different perspectives. I know there was a moment in one of her lives where she showed her down arrows from a video, and she said that her upline was Google, and it was worse than an MLM upline. And when she had all downward arrows, it was her upline telling her she was shit.
Let me show you. You see that? You see these downward arrows right here? That is my upline. I know AntiMLM is going to hate that I'm comparing that. That's fine. This is my way of explaining it. That's Google telling me, you're shitty. Go back and do whatever the hell you were doing before because you're down. And Deanna said, I'm here. It's the truth. You're down. Really? Because if I'm happy, why should I log on to where my home is? Like, that's my home. That's my dashboard. That's what I look at every day. Why should I walk into my home and have someone tell me I'm wrong? You're terrible. You're terrible. Nobody likes your content. Nobody wants to see it. Go back to what you were doing before. That's like really hard to deal with. And drama gets the views.
But I don't know. It's just like I don't view my analytics like that. If you've got, say, 30 videos up, 40 videos up, whatever it is, and you're normally posting a video that's 2 hours long, and you post a video that's, I don't know, 45 minutes long, and say you normally get 1,000 views per video, and now you're getting 1,000 views on this video, but your watch time is going to be down because if your normal video is 2 hours long and this video is 45 minutes, just comparatively your watch time is going to be down. So I don't know. It's just like I don't look at my stuff like that. Like I don't look at like my average duration viewed or my watch time, because it's just like if it's down, it could also just be in relation to the length of the video that you posted. It really doesn't necessarily have to do with the fact that you posted a bad video. It's a lot deeper than that in the analytics. I think you can look at like your click-through rate, and I think you can look at the type of reach that it got, where it's being recommended to. It has to also do with like your search engine optimization, the type of tag words that you use, your title, and like you can mess around with things like that too. Like you can change it after the fact, and you can do beta testing on your videos and what draws people in and whatever. And like, I don't know, like to me, it also, like, she kind of talked to us like we were stupid too. Like, oh, all of this stuff is planned. These thumbnails, they're planned. Well, like, no shit, they're planned. You think that we thought that you just woke up one day and a photoshopped photo of you being like, scammers, like, yeah, that's how YouTube works. It's clickbait. Like, that's just literally how it works. So I don't know. It was just kind of like condescending. I feel like the whole thing was kind of condescending to not just fans, but to creators within the anti-MLM community as well. And that's why you literally have other creators having to get up and make these videos to be like, I'm still anti-MLM. I still support this cause. I'm still here for you guys. Like, that's because somebody just couldn't just walk away in like a peaceful manner, but had to just make about 1,000 Instagram posts. And I think that that's where things went south. I think that's just where things went south. And I think that, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just think this drama, you guys, it's actually nothing when you really break it down. Like, ooh, this was it. This was all of it. It's like, I think it's just like, I don't know. I just think it was just, I think it was one person's emotional devolve and took everybody and everything down with them. And then the second person followed, and then it was one person's devolve, and it started to like, and then it was like one person was like, nope, everybody's coming with me, and then like pulled the whole thing down. So yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. But whatever, I think it's bullshit is what I think it is. I think it's absolute bullshit, the whole thing. Like, I don't care that anybody's switching their content up. I don't think the fans care that anybody's switching their content up. Congratulations, go switch your content up. Just do it. Just do it. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to make everybody like feel like shit on your way out. Like, bye. Like, just bye. Yeah, and I still will be creating anti-MLM content, and if you guys would like to watch my last video, it was about Utah and some of the laws that have allowed these dietary supplement companies to run rampant. And then my next video will hopefully be about the FTC, the SEC, and the FDA, and the corruption that takes place within the government that allows these MLMs to thrive. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into my video. I hope you I don't know, I hope you enjoyed it, but if anything, maybe you have a better understanding of what's going on, or maybe you also felt the same thing about what's going on, and that this, you guys, again, this is my understanding and this is my observation of what is going on. I literally can't speak for anybody else. There might be other things that are going on behind the scenes that I didn't know about, that I don't know about, that other conversations that other creators had that, again, I don't know about. But really, this is what it all boils down to, is there's like drama between 3 or 4 people, and they're then pointing the finger, I think, and out, like turning their internal problems and then blaming an entire group of however many hundreds, thousands of people. Like, anti-MLM is not just 2 YouTube creators, 3 YouTube creators that have a tiff, you guys. There's 600 some thousand people in a Reddit. There's hundreds of thousands of people in Facebook groups. There's tons of anti-MLM Instagram pages. It's a movement. It's not a group of people. It is a movement in which we are here to educate and dismantle the systems that take advantage of people when they're most vulnerable. And that's why I'm here. That's why I started this channel. And so anybody who tells you otherwise, you can refer them to this moment, because again, like like I said, I saw an opportunity 100%. Like I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't see the opportunity for this content to be successful, because like I said, like I watched Emily Leah, I watched Savannah, I even watched Kimber, like I watched all of them. And to be honest, I thought, they have this many subs for this kind of content? Okay, so what happens if I actually provide value to people? What happens if I actually educate people within this type of content too? So now it's just not, we don't just get a good laugh at an MLM Hun's expense, but we also learn something. So that's kind of what I was thinking when I started my channel, is like, wow, you guys like this? Okay, so then let me give you guys something that you guys, I think, will definitely like. So at least that's how I felt like, and if that's not the truth about my channel, like whatever. But yeah, and if you guys don't like me, or you don't like that I call people out, or you think I'm a drama stir, or you think I'm a shit stir, or you think I'm a shit talker, or whatever, like I don't care either. There's so many drama channels, there's so many people that talk about this kind of stuff, and I'm just gonna give it to you straight. I don't really care at this point. I'm just kind of over it. I don't like the way that this is kind of devolved. But after this, you guys, I'm just gonna keep making anti-MLM content the way that I know how, like I did. And yeah, I don't know. And if also, you guys, if anybody watched my old video too, why anti-MLM, I was so sadly mistaken in that video, because in that video, the same women that I looked up to are those same women that I no longer feel that I look up to any longer in the same capacity, because I learned that they were not in it for the same reasons. I personally felt like when I looked at anti-MLM, when I thought of anti-MLM, I thought of a group of people who were genuinely passionate about saving people from having this experience that maybe was similar to theirs, maybe wasn't similar to theirs, but yeah, I don't know. That's why I started my channel, and that's why I thought that these people were about, and it's sad to find out that that's not what they were about, and that's okay. Again, you guys, this is all okay. Like, we do, at the end of the day, like, do I agree with the way that it was done? No. Are we gonna let it go and move the fuck on? Because, like, whatever, that's what they want to do, fine. I think we should give Kimber a chance to make the new content that she claims she wants to make. If that's what she wants to do, great. Make the new content, put out your deep dives, do whatever. But, like, my word of advice would be to stop fucking getting on lives, dude. Like, start making some not riffs. Like, save yourself that. But anyways, it's getting dark in my room. And those are my thoughts, pretty unsolicited. And yeah, I just had to... anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you had an awesome day. Bye.